this Oliver? Awesome.
You're watching Hubwire Galactic, I'm Oliver Zark, and here's our leading story tonight. Invictus launch week has ended and we're here to give you the rundown on the event. But before we dive into that, let's spotlight a commonly overlooked vehicle, the PTV. While it's considered far from military standards and isn't featured on the Invictus show floor, one passionate ex-military vehicle enthusiast claims it has capabilities beyond any military craft.
Let's load it up, I'll show you.
Major Terrence Westbo dedicated 20 years to active duty before settling down on a remote moon in 2946. Since then, they have been busy conducting a series of experiments on different vehicles. So far, their results have been mostly inconclusive.
This will revolutionize the military. What I've discovered is beyond tactical bombing or anything. No explosions, silent as a toy, and very deadly. These bad boys are extremely durable for their size and can easily be dropped from orbit for a platoon to use as transportation. They don't burn up, they don't crash, so they won't need an atmosphere to slow their descent. They do roll around a little, but that's negligible.
Do you anticipate that the UEEN will have concerns regarding the open canopy and minimal protection?
Absolutely not. How else are you gonna shoot those bastards? 360-degree killing spree, baby. Hoorah!
Ahoy! Yeah, I think I feel the hype. Let's go. Woo! This is amazing! This does take a bit of time. This is quite fast. Oh, it's so fast. Okay, so, here we have an example of,
The audio editing is perfect. There you go. Technology.
Okay.
Technology.
Yes, sir. You're not gonna hate me.
Shit.
For Hubwire Galactic, I'm Russell Gainsley.
Some deep diving reporting there from our very own reporting intern, Russell Gainsley. He really deserves a pay rise, but since interns don't get paid, we'll just say, good work, Russell. Now, let's quickly check in with our reporter on site about what's been happening during this year's Invictus launch week.
Hey there. Reporting from the medical center at Bygenie Point this time, where I've been admitted for over a month to fix various ailments stemming from regenerative echoes received after frequent and dramatic regeneration. I tried out some new ships this year to do some bounty hunting, because we all know Stanton needs some cleaning up. To my surprise, though, the outlaws in this system seem to have undergone some serious training. And every day has been a new lesson for me that bounty hunting is actually pretty hard work. Between regenerations, though, I visited the Bevic Convention Center show floor in Area 18. Roaming Stanton this year was a somewhat small and anonymous fleet. In years past, we've seen a vast array of warships and corvettes cruising the Imperial systems. Even a Bengal paid Stanton a visit. This year, though, the iconic UEEN Warhammer was close to the public, and Jericho Station in Stanton has been moved, which might indicate something about the current state of the war effort against the Vanduul. But it's not only our fleet that's been launched. Here are all the new ships consumers could try and buy during the show. RSI showcased a medical variant of the ever-popular Ursa, as well as a close-up of the Polaris exterior, teasing consumers before the Intergalactic Expo this fall, where the Polaris is expected to be declassified and available for civilian pilots. Aegis not only released the long-awaited modules for the Retaliator, but also launched the Firebird, a missile-focused variant of the rare classic, the Saber Raven. Argo introduced an MPUV tractor variant for easy cargo handling, and Anvil declared their controversial decision to discontinue the Hornet F-7C Mark I. Thank you, Area 18, for another interesting week in the name of the Empire. See you next year. And please, Put some heavier guns on those ships, because I need all the help I can get out there. For Hubwire Galactic, I'm Jake Foley.
Whoa, be careful there, Jake. We still need your services. Now from one danger zone to the next. Just before Invictus, we went over to her L2 to cover the For Science Survival Island charity stream.
We want to give our crew a few months off to relax. This past event was a little stressful for them.
On a remote island on Hurston, For Science had previously dropped crates of loot for participants to find. We set up our crew for interviews at her L2 because that's where the contestants had registered their imprint prior to the game.
This was cool. This was an actual event that happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago. For Science had some content creators land on this island, and it was like survival, man. Is there anywhere I can watch the entire event, or did somebody actually create content for this? I should probably go to For Science's channel. I dig them.
Her L2 because that's where the contestants had registered their imprint prior to the game.
I'm a pirate and PvP murder hobo.
Oh, okay. Great.
Just one footstep, and as I turned, I felt a bullet whiz past my helmet. And as I turned to face my accuser, I saw them staring down the barrel of their gun. And they said, "Not this time," and they pulled the trigger.
Some participants were eliminated early on due to accidents and misfires, but eventually, the remaining contenders started finding equipment around the island and actually began engaging each other. Ava, you were in the competition for quite a while. What happened?
So this is Natronics. I was watching her feed. She's a bit upset right now. So what I saw was she ended up killing one person. She looted a body and she shot 2 people.
Ava's like, fuck you, I'm not even talking, I'm so upset. And Nate's talking for her right now.
She hopes bled out. But what ultimately happened was she was incapped by hand by a team of 3 that were working together.
Oh, wow.
I was able to take down a couple people, Groza included. Shout out to Groza. And then I got double teamed. I got shanked to death. I had an absolute blast, and I'm really looking forward to partaking in more events like this.
And so I walked up to it, and its head twitched.
That looks like Paul a little bit, doesn't it? This is the best game in the world, man. Oh, shit.
And I realized it was somebody prone in the ground with their back to me. So I walked up to them. They had a gun in their hands. So I pulled out my arc light that I'd picked up and 2 shots because they were completely naked. And I mean completely naked. So I took them out, continued moving around, and eventually ran into somebody else who was running in front of me. I managed to take them out with my pistol, the same magazine. But as they dropped, I heard gunshots from behind me, and I was taken down.
You know, trying to find myself a tactical spot, and Chris Roberts tactically told me to go F myself, and I rolled down the hill. And then next thing I know, that person engaged, and well, here I am. Expat, you better win that shit.
In the end, only Expat Brad and Fatbird remained.
Oh, wow. Oh, God, I love Expat Brad. Oh, my goodness. Did Expat win? She said over a raid last week of like 150 people. I love her. She makes everything great. All-Star Citizen content, she makes amazing. She should have like at least 10, 20,000 subscribers.
Kill was a poor person behind a tree. I wasn't even sure if we were fighting. I went to shout out to them, but I just instinctively, my training, I shot them directly in the face with a sniper rifle. It was intended to be a warning shot, but it turns out a warning shot to the face causes death.
And just as Spectrum was almost overloaded with bets on who would win, Fatbird emerged victorious.
Oh, Fatbird, man. Awesome, man. I love we know all these people. This is awesome. This is awesome. We haven't seen... Has he released a new video? His last video was fire. He needs to make another video like today.
We're gonna try to rush for the center or go around the other way. So I said, okay, let me go for the bar. Ended up encountering 2 other players, one of them being Kalani, who we decided to make a truce and duo through it, which certainly gave us the upper hand in a lot of encounters. I think the riskiest one we had was when we ran into Voidy Dude, who happened to already have a very large backpack. It looks like they had quite a lot of fun looting. So we devised a plan that I was going to try to veer off left to kind of pull their attention, and it did work. They eventually kind of started shooting at me, and Kalani was able to get a few shots in, and the distraction worked. And for most of that, we just kind of do it.
I want to see the live
kept
footage
each other
of this,
alive until we said at the end, like, hey, if it comes down to the last two and we're it, we'll do a little a Western-style standoff. But unfortunately, Kalani ended up getting killed, but I wasn't sure if that was Expat that was able to get Kalani.
The good news, though, is that in my haste, I was able to fire one bullet directly through his heart and kill him in the end. Nobody survived Survival Island.
Yes, she did. I bled out right maybe 20 seconds after she got me. Or, sorry, 20 seconds after I got her. Then I started bleeding out, and I had no med pens, unfortunately.
Four Signs and their leader, Bonsai Ronin, count this event as a great success and already have plans for their next clash.
All right, good for
Once
Four
the
Signs.
event is over, everybody gets along and is friends again, and I think that's the coolest part of the whole thing. The next one is going to be a little caterpillar to caterpillar battle where we have a team on each caterpillar shooting in between them in space. It's a good time.
That's all we had tonight.
Cool.
I'm Oliver Zark, and you are wiser than yesterday. Be safe.
Listen, every single creator mentioned in here is in our Discord. So if you're on YouTube, go down in the description. If you're here live, go click join this Discord. These are amazing people. They are just some of the nicest, most genuine people ever. And I'm glad to have them in the DG360 Discord, man. It's cool to be doing this and watch all these content creators come here and chill out with us live and also talk with them in Discord. And it's just a blast. It's an absolute blast. I love the vibe. Good job, Oliver. Way to go, dude. I love what you're doing, man. Never stop. Your content is just A+, dude. A+.